its competitive season at New Spring South competition on September 21st. They will also conclude its season at the Cameron Band Competition on October 19th. The Marching Northmen are under the direction of Miss Mallory Mann and Blake Duran. Miss Nicole Chalmers is our color guard coordinator. The band and its directors would like to thank the Oak Park parents, Oak Park administration, and the Oak Park family for all their support. Let's welcome back your Oak Park Northmen.
We are back here from that break at halftime. Great showing from the band and from the Pommies. So that's really what you expect from them. We're going to hit you right now with some scores around Missouri. Right now, Raymore Peculiar leading Rockhurst 6-3 at halftime. Lathrop beating McBuckhan 28-0. Webb City beating Nashau 21-0. That game is at halftime right now. Bishop Ward tied to Van Horn. That sounds like a good game. And that's the first quarter is that they're still in that game. Some more. St. Pius leading Grandview 5-0. Smithville and Grand Valley are tied 0-0 in the first quarter. Ruskin and North Kansas City are actually tied right now in the first quarter. So probably keep your eye on that one. We'll keep our eye on that one to see how that one turns out. Liberty leading Truman 17-0 in the second quarter. Staley and Lee Summit are tied at 0 in the first quarter, and Liberty North leading Park Hill 14-0 at halftime. So, and Platte County and Kearney are also tied in the first
Shout
quarter.
out Anthony Hall, Park Hill.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see. Like, I know Liberty North's a good football team, but Park Hill, one of the top teams in the state. They actually, I think the Park Hill took down Liberty, which is a team that everyone favors Liberty. But that concludes halftime. So yeah, I mean, a lot of what we expected to see, we saw in that first half. You saw running by both sides, and really, like, one thing we were talking to people at the break. This has been a quick game. Like, I mean, seriously, like, it's only 8 right now. And, I mean, that's what you get when you get two teams that run the football. And, not many passes. When they haven't passes, they've been incomplete. But, I mean, they've just been running the football. Defense has showed up big. I mean, and I'm impressed with what I've seen from William Chrisman, too. To see, I mean, it looks like they had about, like, half of the amount of players Oak Park had. But they've still, I mean, they seem well-conditioned. They seem like they're still in this game. They're still quick on their feet. But I expect the Northmen to come out big right here, especially if they get the ball. They will get the ball to start the second half, so they're looking coming out big here.
Real quick, I just gotta say it's Friday the 13th, full moon. You just had all those scores up, and a lot of those scores are looking a little crazy.
Yeah.
Got me jumping just a little bit.
Crazy night tonight, but yeah, I definitely want to see more action on offense, and then it's been really disappointing the two possessions that the Northmen have had inside their own 10, or inside William Chrisman's 10, excuse me. But no, I mean, you have to score when you're there inside the 10 on another team's territory. So I'm sure that was mentioned in the locker room. Defensively, I mean, it was a good showing defensively. Not really much that Northern can improve on. I'd like to see, I mean, a little bit better. On the run defense, it's still been pretty solid. Pass defense has looked good. Chrisman really hasn't thrown the ball much for what we've seen. The Northmen have, swarmed around the football, able to, force the pass, and also some hits on the quarterback too, forcing bad passes downfield. But interested right now to see Lucas Ocker receiving the kick to start this half. So. Yeah, speaking back on the scores, and two games that I'm really interested to see how they turn out. Ray-Pec and Rockhurst, two really good teams. Ray-Pec started off the season really well. Rockhurst is always a solid team, and a little bit north on Park Hill. Park Hill, they're both two really good teams, but like we said, Liberty North could get a huge win against Park Hill to really boost up their season. Staley and Lee Summit, two really solid teams, and I think if Staley gets a win against Lee Summit, that could really solidify their status as one of the best teams in Missouri. And I'm really interested to see how that turns out too, because Staley is definitely a team that Oak Park could see going down the road, and definitely a rival that Oak Park love playing and would definitely love beating in the playoffs if it comes to that. Northmen are back and ready for the kickoff. And we are live. Start second half. Take a short kick. Cody Warren to receive it, and it drops the kick. And Chrisman are going to fall on it. That is definitely not how you want to start. And frustration on the Northman sideline, but I mean that's really something to kind of aim for. Is you aim for those short kicks and try to aim for someone who really doesn't receive kickoffs too much. That's exactly what they did, and you saw why they do it. Cody Warren fumbled the football. Now you really want to see Northman defense get a stop right here as the momentum's back on William Chrisman's side to start this second half. Looks like Thompson tries to run it, and he's blown up in the backfield. It's huge for the Northman defense to make a stop like that.
Jeffrey back from the injury with a great tackle. Exactly what I love to see. He had him on a podcast last week. He was real hyped for the Raytown game. But honestly, he looks way more hyped for this game, especially since he gets to be in it, and especially since he made that tackle.
Yeah, Jeffrey and Nick Hoops are actually on the tackle. But yeah, two players we haven't heard from much at all this year, but definitely two impact players you could see for the remainder of the year. 2nd and 13 for William Chrisman. Thompson in the backfield. Tommy Nauer is going to keep it and look downfield, and incomplete right there. And I mean, another one of those rollout passes that he's been looking for a receiver, but nothing's really been there. He was open, but it's not a very good pass right there to start the passing game for William Chrisman to start this half.
Jet Sutton, the sophomore, number 33, great coverage right there. Had him right on his tail, and he was watching him the whole time. He wasn't watching the ball. He was watching the receiver the whole time, and that's exactly what they want.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. He's got long arms, too, is one thing I've noticed. And that's great to see from a cornerback, too. It's a lot of potential.
He's super fast, super strong, and he's only a sophomore.
It's like now he's going to try to run. He's going to come back up the middle, but he's going to lose yards on that run. So he loses 2 right there. That was a 3rd down run, so it'll be 4th down for William Chrisman. There you go. That's that D-line still. D-line playing big so far. And, I mean, so, like, Northman defense has played incredible so far.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see the defense just whooping tail. I mean, that's exactly what we want. We want them to be on their butts every single game. We want them to be on their butt every single play. William Chrisman is not going to get a break here.
4th and long for Chrisman. It looks like they try to get a jump on the line. He's going to come back and he's going to punt it. Looks like it's going to run. Oh, it's going to stop short. It's going to be picked up at the 3-yard line. So it's definitely not how you want to start your offensive possession for Oak Park.
Oak Park will start from their own 2-yard line.
Yeah, good punt there for William Chrisman. A little lucky. They got the bounce and got the roll. That's one thing. We said it before in other games. I mean, whoever invented football is absolutely a genius because you throw that ball up in the air, I mean, you can't predict where it's going to bounce. And that's one thing with the kicks or with the punts. You really, I mean, it's all about trying to get lucky and trying to get that lucky bounce. And William Chrisman got it right there. Northman are pinned back deep. Let's keep running out with Najib, and he's able to have a good run. Cuts right back up the middle, and he's going to gain a 1st down for Oak Park. Solid gain. Looks like 13 there for Najib, and he's had a good game so far. Yeah, that's a big play right there. Putting the Northmen at their 16-yard line, it looks like, excuse me. But, yeah, that's a great thing you want to see when you're pinned back there deep in your own field. You want to be able to give your quarterback a little bit of room and, you know, give your whole offense just, you know, some room to breathe. It's going to go back to Najib, and once again, huge hole created by that left side of the line for Oak Park. And once again, Najib comes up with a huge carry. It's gain of 4 right there, gain of 5, excuse me.
Brought down by Devin Braswell.
Now we have a moment we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Kiefer USA, going beyond the service for North Kansas City schools, an industry leader in the supply and installation of sports-related products. Kiefer USA has one mission: bring the best quality athletic products to the world. At North Kansas City schools, we're excited to have Kiefer USA's help go beyond the surface. For more information, visit KieferUSA.com.
Najib right there, you know, we missed that play-by-play, but it's perfectly fine because Najib right there with a great game made the 1st down, and he stayed up. He was hit probably 2 or 3 times and just stayed up, spun around, and just stayed up on his feet and continued to run.
Yeah, good showing here from Najib to start off the second half.
And the chain gang is
He's back in the backfield is Najib, and it's going to be a 1st down for Oak Park on that last run, 1st and 10. put Logan Wilman in motion. They're going to hand it off to Najib, and once again with a big run, changing directions. He has such a low center of gravity when he runs. Like, I mean, it's great to see from Najib, and I mean, like, he's definitely a player to look out for, especially when this college commitment comes. If he's able to stay healthy, which I think he definitely will be. I think he got out of the system last year, and he was really disappointed with last year. So one of his main things is going to stay healthy, and I really think he will so far. Heard a gain of 7 from Najib on that last run. Ball on. Looks like the 34-yard line. Tight formation for Oak Park. Logan Wilman in motion again, and Blake's going to keep it. It's going to get a big run. It's going to solid gain right there. Looks like about 16 or 17 on that run by Blake. He's really interesting running style. He's really long. He's not really doesn't run really tight, but like once he gets long strides, and I mean, like we saw right there, I mean, it's hard to bring him down, but solid run by Blake, and it's great when you can, have that play fake, because they're really going to be committing to Najib since he's had such a big game, and for Blake to be able to tuck it and get, kind of surprise him right there and get a big run. He really could have broke that off too. I mean, there was a hole, but good play by the Chrisman defense nonetheless. 1st and 10 for Oak Park. Hand off to Phil Corbin, and Phil Corbin looking fresh, being pushed towards the first down. I mean, right there, I guess I haven't been giving Phil too many props on, being quick, but right there, that cut that he had that looked insane. It looks like Oak Park player hobbling towards the sideline. It's Vikens Francois, one of the wide receivers. Nonetheless, it is going to be 2nd and 2 for Oak Park after that big run by Phil Corbin.
Yeah, and Vikens right there, he's limping real hard down the sideline.
Send me the PA. Blake looking deep towards Sean Muma. Some hands to the face and looking for a flag, and they're going to get it. Pass interference on William Chrisman. I think that's a good call right there. You had hand fight, and I think it.
Yeah, great call right there. I mean, you can't put your hands in the face.
Well, you can have a hand fight, but when it disrupts the wide receiver's like ability to catch the football, which obviously did there, I think that's a good flag.
Sean was going for the ball. The defender's hands were still up in his face, and it just that was a great call.
I'm sure Sean has played football before this, but like for this being his first year on Oak Park, he's been like a kind of go-to wide receiver. So, and he's played really good. He's really been impressive. So Sean Moon would definitely someone to look out for the remainder of this year. As maybe he'll be like a key target for Blake, as he lost a couple of his wide receivers lost a couple wide receivers last year as a senior receiver.
Yeah, a lot of receivers last year were seniors, but it's all good because this year coming in we had a lot of receivers, and while a lot of them are seniors, we had a lot of receivers, and while a lot of them are seniors, it doesn't bother us one bit because we just need to keep that battle. Blake will hand the ball off to Phil, and Phil will run it right up the middle, and he'll be tackled right at about the 27.
Yep, Phil is back out there. That's what we say. Like a running back committee is what we say going to this one is what you're going to see. But yeah, I mean it's what we have seen so far is by Chrisman and by Oak Park. Once again, keep the clock rolling, and this is going to be a quick game, especially because both teams have such strong running games, and that's what they're going to look to each play on offense. But
5 seconds here on the play clock, and Northman trying to get the ball snapped. But
yeah, Clemens is
happening. Clemens heated.
Not look happy, but after this timeout, we'd like to thank Charlie Gomez Real Estate. With a history in KC for 15 years, Charlie Gomez has a true passion for serving others and putting clients first. He'll go above and beyond with customized step-by-step experience to help you put your family in a home today. Contact Charlie Gomez Real Estate at charliegomezkw.com or 816-977-1318. Buying or selling a house shouldn't feel like a marathon. Let Charlie Gomez go the extra mile for you and your family. Contact Charlie Gomez at kw.com or 816-977-1318. And right there, you hate to see the Northmen use a timeout, especially in the second half when it's going to be a close game. That's just, you can tell why Coach Clemens was so frustrated because every timeout you have in the second half is vital because you never know when you're going to have to use it. You never know if the Northmen are going to be down by 3 and they're going to have that, first down and they're driving down the field. If they don't have it, then, the game's over. So, yeah, you can understand why Coach Clemens is so frustrated, but...
Yeah, and Vegans actually is back up standing now, and he's ready to get back in there. He's standing right there next to the coaches, and that's exactly what you want to see. You want him to see the players right there, especially after walking off the field like that. You definitely want to see them sitting there ready to get back in. Northman here, offense. Blake Bland will put a receiver in motion. He'll step back for a pass, and it'll be on the left side, intercepted. It is intercepted, even though both players caught it. They will call it an interception. Pass intended for Sean Muma. And not what you want to see right there.
Yeah, it's a drive killer. Once again, Northman were deep in Bear territory, but yeah, Coach Clemens getting in Blake's face, and you can tell. They're all just frustrated tonight, but they've had the defense to rely on, especially when they get those turnovers. It's a great job right there by the Oak Park defense. A great job by Oak Park this whole game, being able to pick up the offense when they have those vital turnovers. And Todd just showed me an update on the North Kansas City versus Ruskin game. That was 49 to 6. So once again, that just shows you the power of North Kansas City. But Cameron Thompson again with a good carry for Ruskin. The game at 8 right there. Colton Tistammer with the tackle. He's been really big this game, coming back from that injury and continuing to be an impact player, which is, it just shows you how valuable Colton is to the Northman side. Second and 2 for William Chrisman. Looks like the same set. They got Cameron Thompson still in the backfield. Racy Nauer's going to keep it, and it looks like he might lose yards on the play as he's met by a couple Northmen as soon as he tried to tuck that one, but O.C. Nauer right there. It's not been as easy as it was for them against North Kansas City. Once again, they had a lot of possession against North Kansas City because they're a quick hitting, quick striking football team. But yeah, they can. You can tell, dude. They have not been able to get that usual running game going like they have. And Northman, I think you could argue, they have. They've gotten those big runs, except interceptions are they're killing them. Turnovers are killing them. It's like one of the first completed passes there for William Chrisman. It's going to get them the first down.
Yeah, and right now what we need is this fan section to get louder. We need these fans in general to get louder. We need that hype, the hypeness of the crowd. And, Northmen know it. They know that they can come out with the win in this game. It is still 0-0, 4 minutes left in, the third quarter, but this is a winnable game for either team.
Yeah, the Northmen believe they're going to win this game. And it's intercepted by the Northman, and he's taking it back, and he will score the touchdown. That's Logan Willman with the interception and the touchdown for the Oak Park Northmen. Defense right there coming up huge, picking up the offense. Logan Willman, man, huge season so far, and that is incredible right there. It's incredible play by the Oak Park defense. It's right there, like you said, this fan section needed to get hype. And right now, that play has gotten them hype, and they're out of their seats.
I am shaking with literally just every inch of my body right now is electricity going through me right now. That play right there was the play that we needed to get this game going, and here we go for the PAT.
It is good, just barely for Oak Park, but you can tell right there, everyone is hyped. That has put life right back in the Northman sideline and pretty much sucked it out of William Chrisman. So, once again, Logan Willman, you can hear him talk about this game on a podcast on Go Northman Sports. But for the kickoff, we'd like to thank our sponsor. Insurance Express. We'd like to thank our N2 Sports sponsor from Insurance Express for their support of North Kansas City schools and activities. Contact Rusty for a free quote today and let Insurance Express find the best insurance policy for you. 816-437-811. Insurance Express, a proud sponsor of North Kansas City schools, activities, and N2 Sports. Contact Rusty for a free quote today and let Insurance Express find a policy to protect what you value most. Insurance Express, 816-437-8111. Northman defense, like I said, I mean, they've been huge this game, and all they're missing was the turnover. And to get a turnover and 6, I mean, it's huge. Like, well, Logan Woman, too. Logan Woman, I love to point him out because he only had one touchdown, or no touchdowns last year, and he had a big reception against Platte County, had a couple big plays against Raytown, but right there, I mean, he's a great player.
I am so sorry it took me so long. I didn't even near times.
Kick Anley out of bounds, and it's going to be picked up by Chrisman right about their 15-yard line. He's able to wiggle to the 30. Kind of surprising right there. I'm pretty sure if a kickoff goes out of bounds, that's going to be a penalty against the Northman, but he picked it up before it went out. Marcus Windfall with the return.
Jet Sutton, that sophomore, once again, making a name. And Jet is a great player. I'm glad we have him for another 2 seasons, another 2 years, and that's exactly what we want out of him.
Yeah, big plays. That's what you see Jet make, and I mean, that's what he's been making so far in this game. Chrisman going to hand it off to Cameron Thompson to begin this drive. And he's getting another solid gain, and the Northman's slow to get up. Number 56. And he is back down. This is not look good for the Northman. Trying to figure out who the Northman player down is. Looks like he's motioning towards that right leg. See, hold Northman sideline taking a knee right now. Number 65. Number 55, excuse me, it's going to be Taylor Buddha down right now.
It's something with his knee.
It doesn't look very good right now. He's not getting motion towards the knee area. So they're going to help him up right now, see if he can walk back to the sideline. He's not putting any pressure on, or he is putting pressure on. He is going to walk back to the sideline. Once again, just tough players for the Oak Park team.
Yeah, I mean, Buddha, Taylor, better well known as Buddha, great player, hard-headed. He's just a great player in general. A lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and he's a tough player.
Second and 4 for William Chrisman. It's another handoff to Thompson. He's trying to kick it to the outside. He's going to get there. He's going to gain the first down a lot more, and he's forced out of bounds. A solid run right there from Cameron Thompson. He's had a good game so far.
Yeah, I mean, not what we want to see, but I definitely think the Northman can, make a stop and, 7-0 right now, but that can easily change. But the Northmen know that, they have that in their minds. They have that. They cannot let them score.
Yeah, and they've been able to do that. They've been able to come up in big spots, like when they're down their own territory after the drop kickoff from Cody Warren. able to get a stop. And they're going to look downfield for the pass. He's got open receiver, but he overshoots him. I mean, that's a great move right there. It's like Logan Woolman just beat on the play. I mean, they're lucky to get away with that one. He's wide open going downfield. But Marcus Wigfall is a name we've heard a lot. I mean, once again, if you go to Go Northman Sports and read that pregame that we have for this game against Raytown, Marcus Wigfall was one of the receivers that we did highlight. 83 yards on 4 receptions against Northtown. He's really their go-to guy when it comes to receiving the football. Second and 10 for William Chrisman. So Nauer is going to carry it once again. It's been him and Thompson all night long. O.C. Nauer gain at 2. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for William Chrisman. Colton Tistam with the tackle once again, coming back from the injury. Like we said, I mean, we said it every single time he's made a carry. So he's made a tackle so far coming back. But I mean, such a vital player, such a tough guy too, and you have to be whenever you're one of those key players on a team.
Yeah, I mean, Colton's not the player to give up. Colton's always going to fight to be back, and that's exactly what they want. They want Colton to show that he's got a heart, and that's exactly what he has. He has the heart. He has the dedication to play. William Chrisman will get the snap. Quarterback's still running, and he'll be tackled right at the 50-yard line.
Right there, you can tell how hyped the Northman coaches are. See that stop, and it looks like Chrisman might try to go for it right here. I mean, I figured why not? I mean, it's second half, and I don't know. I mean, after Northman got that touchdown, they might, they got more confidence, and the running game might have some life going into it. But we'll see what Chrisman tries to do right here.
Yeah, second half, you're down by a touchdown. You're going to go for it because this whole game's been back and forth, and if you can get one off, then that's exactly what you're going to want to do.
Looks like he might step back, and I think Chrisman are going to try to punt this football, and they are going to punt it. They kind of surprised the Northmen. It's going to bounce out of bounds at what looks like to be about the 16-yard line. Another good punt, another punt angled out of bounds, and I mean, Chrisman's special teams has played pretty good up to this point. You haven't seen, really the Northern returners haven't had a chance to bring back any of these punts or these kicks, but Northern are going to be at their 16-yard line and looking for the running game to get some more life. I mean, you saw the turnovers in opposing territory, which we can't see that this drive, and especially you're up 7-0. You're able to have that little bit of cushion, but getting a touchdown right here could really, make the Northmen a lot more comfortable going into the fourth quarter. Jeeb in the backfield. They're going to look his way. He's going to get stopped or stuffed at the line. Might be gain of 1 on that play.
Ball carried by Joaquin Alpine. Alex Itachi on the tackle. No gain. Second down.
No gain on the play. I knew it was going to be a short run, but Chrisman defense, they've played well so far. Northern haven't been able to get in their own territory, but the Cats have stopped turning the ball over. I'm going to go back to Najib, and once again, keeping the chains rolling. Solid gain right there. It looks like gain of 4. Will be 3rd and 6 for the Northmen.
Yeah, and once again, here we go. Seconds on the clock. 30 seconds left in this quarter, and Northman up 7-0. I'm ready to see the Northmen just fight this last quarter. This last quarter is all they need, and it'll be a great fight. It'll be a great battle.
And we'd like to highlight too, like we did at the beginning of the game. I mean, something that Coach Clemens has tried to get off to Blake is making sure he's aware of the play clock, because you can tell he called that timeout pointed towards the play clock. So yeah, that's something as a quarterback you have to be aware of. You have to be aware of the play clock and be aware of how much time you have as a quarterback to get your guys out there and get a play call.
Yeah, and kind of went away there for a little bit. Had a couple problems with the audio, but we are back. We are back in business right now. Northman looking great right here, and like I said, it's fourth quarter, and I'm really just ready to see, the Northman fight right here, and hope we come out with this win.
What are you two doing?
Northman offense back out here. 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line.
Two wide to the right, two running backs in the backfield. The handoff to Logan, trying to kick it off to the right. He's met behind the line right there. The play was blown up, and yeah, flag on the field, no flag on the field. Logan a little slow to get up there, but he's going to get back in the huddle, and there is a flag on the field. To be holding on the Northmen, so definitely not something you want to see, especially, it doesn't really matter, what the outcome of the play was, but I mean, it's just not, it just sucks to see.
It's not what we want to see. Coach Danneman showing his frustration. Clemens trying to keep us cool. And, right now all we can hope is that we can continue to kick butt like we did, the whole game. And that's all we really want. Play clock is back and going, and the referee trying to get the play clock, or the actual clock, to go. And here we go, Northman back for the offense. Blake Bland back for the snap. He will look left, pass, caught. He will go for a short gain. Don't even think it was a gain.
You saw Logan with the reception again. You have to think that he's going to be a big player for the remainder of the season on defense and offense, receiving the football, and you see they can give him the handoff as well. But second and 20 for the Northmen. It's going to be a handoff to Najib. Either hoping to break off one of those big runs, but not really sure about running the football in a situation where it's second and really long right there. But yeah, Northern haven't forced it down the field so much, and Blake hasn't been too sharp in this game. He has, I think, 3 interceptions. Is that it, Ty? 3 interceptions. They've all been in William Chrisman territory. We have to wonder if maybe you're thinking about going downfield again this game, and I think if they do, this might be the situation to do it when you're third and long, 3rd and 15 is what it looks like.
And Northman right now, Blake with the pass, and he's going to run the ball. He'll pass it over the middle, and it will be incomplete. Looked like the defender came down with an interception, but he did not.
Highlighting more games around the area, Rockhurst is actually ahead of Raymore Peculiar now, scoring a touchdown in the 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter is 11 minutes to go in that game. It's a good punt right there from the Northmen. It's going to be a fair catch by the Chrisman punt returner.
Fair catch by
get the defense to play well like they have in these last two drives so far.
You know, player to highlight, Corey Warren. You know, might not have many tackles this game or anything like that, but he is a great player. You know, he's going to push that, that offensive line. He can push 2-3 guys by himself, and push them over to the side and, close gaps, that the runners are looking for. And that's what we want. I'm going to continue to say that's what we want because they are showing what we want. It's consistency. It's what I said last game, and it's what you guys are going to hear all year.
1st and 10 for Chrisman. They're going to drop back and look deep. And it's going to be caught by the Chrisman receiver. And he is tackled from behind. A great play right there. But once again, huge play from Chrisman. And the receiver is down right there, Marcus Windfall. I'd like to see who that is who made that tackle, tracking him from behind. But this does not look like a good injury right now. He's someone Northman taking a knee. He hasn't moved from position. He's laying on his back right now, but right there, forcing the ball downfield. I mean, there's a jump ball right there. Chrisman receiver came down with it, and there's only 2 Northmen down there in coverage, kind of exposed the coverage because the Northmen have they've been in a run formation this whole game because they've been doing what, they've kind of been giving the Northmen a little bit of their own medicine running the football the whole time, but it's like the Chrisman receiver is up and walking the sideline with his own power, so that's good to see.
Yeah, when he came with that, Northman player came down with that tackle, great chase down tackle, by the way, but, I think the William Chrisman receiver, actually might have kicked him in the face or something like that and hit his leg. And, face masks and helmet, they hurt. Doesn't matter where you get hit, they hurt. William Chrisman now running the ball with a quarterback, and it'll be out of bounds. Probably a gain of about 4.
OC now are at the carry once again. It's a flag on the play. It's be on the Northman, it looks like, but yeah, that big play was a little bit of a killer for the Oak Park defense, but once again, you like to see him come up big. It's about in the same position they were to begin the second half, so they can make a stop. Yeah, Chrisman will be 1st and goal. First time they've been 1st and goal in this game, and you have to think you're probably going to see a run right here from Cameron Thompson or Ocean Hour. And another flag on the play, a false start. It'll be encroachment on the defense, so offsides on Oak Park. 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter, so once again, Northmen have to stay strong right here. It's going to pin them back deeper in their own territory. It's like they waved off the flag on the play, so it's like one of the refs saw something, one of the refs intervened and said he didn't see the same thing, but
That's what we like.
yeah, it's good to see.
And, there's been quite a bit of flags today. I mean, not many on the Northmen, only about 1 or 2 of them been on the Northmen, and really, that's good. Right now, William Chrisman running the ball outside, but he will be hit out of bounds. Actually dropped the ball out of bounds, but he will be pushed out of bounds, and 2nd and goal here.
Cameron Thompson, you saw, with the carry again, and he's had a really good game. Osinauer has had a pretty good game. He has that big ball downfield, one of his only completions. I think only is like the second completion of the game. It'll be second and goal at the 4-yard line. You have to expect a run right here from Chrisman. It's what they've done all game. And I mean, it's different because we haven't really seen what they've done when they're in goal. And it's going to be a jet sweep off to the left. He's looking for the end zone, and he's going to find it, but there is a flag. And the Northmen are pointing towards the Chrisman.
There is a flag on the field, and Northman players are clapping, they're cheering right now.
Their confidence is going to be on William Chrisman. And it is holding.
William Chrisman would get a holding call, and that play will not count.
Again, those are mistakes we talked about, especially when both teams have made mistakes in the red zone. It's William Chrisman's first, but it's huge for the Northman. Logan Willman coming back in. It's going to pin them back at the 14-yard line. So second and 14 for Chrisman. That's huge right there.
That is crazy right there. They went from the 4-yard line to 14, and that right there just shows how a mistake can, drastically change something. Receiver in motion, it'll be another jet sweep, and he'll be met right there by the Northmen, and the Northmen getting hype, more hype by the second as the clock goes by.
Colton Tishammer once again.
Colton, right after that play, showed that he had nothing but energy in his body. Stepped right up and gave the crowd a little show.
Trying to hype the crowd up right here, and they are hyped up. Been hyped up this whole game.
Looks like a timeout.
Chrisman with the timeout. It'll be their first timeout of the second half. I'm not sure what we'll be looking for here for Chrisman. They're probably looking for another run, but I mean, after that big pass, I mean, maybe they got more confidence to try that again and try to expose the Northland secondary again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but at the same time, they thought they had a lot of confidence to, pull that jet sweep off again, and showed they didn't, have enough because Northland came right back and read that play. That's why you can't run the same play sometimes 2 times in a row because, if it gets brought back, Northmen are going to be right there and they're going to read that and they're going to be like, okay, it's the same play. Let's just fix it. So, William Chrisman's walking back, heads down, walking, maybe he'll still a little jog, but I mean, so are the Northmen. I mean, everyone's kind of a little beat, but Northmen have at least a little bit of pep in their step. But so when Chrisman's quarterback now back for the handoff.
He's looking deep again, Osinauer, and that is disrupted by Logan Willman. Could have had another interception right there, but a bad throw there from Osinauer. Opportunity missed. Once again, I mean, it's 4th down for William Chrisman.
4th and 14 for William Chrisman. And right now, Northman fan section, Desmond Lamb, Jermaine Harris, Benjamin Foster, everyone. Elijah is getting the crowd lit. They're trying to get them hyped.
Big
and
4th
ready
down.
for this.
One of the same situations we saw late in the game against Raytown. They're looking towards the end zone, looking towards Phil Corbin. And it's going to be incomplete. Northman come up big right there. Najib Al-Hakim with great coverage. going to be a turnover on downs in Oak Park's football.
Exactly what we want to see.
Six minutes remaining in the game, and once again, I mean, you can see the Northmen try to get the running game, you know, get it going a little bit more. It's kind of died down here for a little bit in this second half, but if they can run the clock out a little bit and try to conclude this game, or just run the clock out and end this game right here. 4th and 10 at the Northman 14. There's going to be a handoff to Najib, and he's met at about the 20-yard line. Getting a 6 right there on the carry. Heard there, O.C. Nauer with the tackle. Two-way player, it sounds like, and really, I mean, a rugby player, so I mean, he's a physical guy, and he's definitely one of the players that they're going to look for. And that's really something I don't know why we don't see. We don't know why we don't see more rugby players try to go out for football. We saw him in the NFL. Don't know his name off the top of my head, but the Buffalo Bills running back who had a really big run. I think actually made the team in Buffalo, so hopefully we'll see more of that. But another carry from the Northman. That one doesn't go anywhere. Najib with the carry again.
Yeah, and you know, I actually used to play rugby, and it's a tough sport. It's constant, so you know, he clearly has a lot of stamina. You know, with rugby, it doesn't stop. There's no stoppage on the play unless it's an injury or it's out of bounds. And I mean, he's got to have, you know, some type of, you know, he's not going to lose energy quickly. So
I want to jump right there for Chrisman. So he didn't break the line of scrimmage, but nevertheless, Najib with the carry, he's going to gain the first down for the Northmen. Keep the clock rolling.
Keep the chains moving. That's exactly what we want to do. Keep the chains moving. Keep the clock running. That's all we want to do.
5 minutes now remaining in the game. Oak Park up 7-0.
And Gabe, I gotta say, coming down this final 5 minutes, it's gonna be a hectic game.
Yeah, I want to see the Northmen. I don't want to see them giving the ball back to Chrisman with more than 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, like, if you give them back to him with 2 minutes, then that's all right. But I mean, you don't want to give him the ball back to him with 3 or anything more than that, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I mean, if they can keep the ball completely from him for the next 4 minutes, that'd be great. You know, but you know, looking at how players are being ran and everything like that, you know, it looks like they might get the ball back, but all the Northmen can do right now is hope that they can get it, you know, under that 2 minutes. And if they can get it within that last minute of the game, you know, that'd be great. It'd be great for the Northmen. Blake Bland gets a snap and he'll hand it off, and ball popped out, but they will call him down. And great call right there. He was definitely down, and great call right there by the referees.
And Chrisman will use their second timeout. They have 1 remaining. Now we have a moment again to thank our sponsor, McDonald's. We want to thank McDonald's for being a proud sponsor of N2 Sports. Make sure you stop by any of the local locations in the Northland after the game. 3 minutes remaining, 3:43 actually remaining. But, I mean, like we said, I mean, Northman, they're not going to like to pass the ball because any completions, they don't want to stop the clock at all. If they stop the clock, they want to make it, or they want it to be because Chrisman used a timeout. So Najib is going to have to, you know, get a big carry right here, try to put them in better position here for if they want to go for it on 4th down or if they want to punt it. But it's be 3rd and 11 right now for the Northmen. Once again, credit to the whole Chrisman team. I mean, you can tell. I mean, they're all have good stamina. I mean, they've been able, or not stamina, but I mean, they're all just they can handle being out there for a long amount of time because, like we said, I mean, they don't have a lot of people on the sideline. I mean, their defense had to be out there a lot, and I'm guarantee half of those players we see on defense are also playing offense. So, props to the whole Crispin team for how they've been able to handle having a limited amount of players.
Blake Bland for the snap, and it snaps over his head. Blake will fall on top of it, though. And clock's still running. Now 4th and 11. Probably more than that, honestly. He did. Snap was over his head.
Christmas used their final timeout.
Crispin uses their final timeout with 3 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock.
They say they did. That was their final timeout. So, I mean,
You know-
I don't know if we'll see more passes downfield, but I mean, if they run the ball, I mean, like they've been doing. I mean, that clock's gonna keep on rolling. So,
You know,
A little confused right there why they used their final timeout with 3 minutes left on the clock. I mean, it's 4th and 20 almost.
after this timeout, we'd like to thank, or actually, we'd like to give a sponsorship opportunity, an N2 Sports sponsorship opportunity. The N2 Sports program is excited to offer local community business the opportunity to have advertising of all 4 high schools. That's Northtown, Oak Park, Winnetonka, and Staley. Through game broadcasts and social media. This program is student-driven, with 100% of the proceeds directed back to the schools of North Kansas City School District. If you'd like to be a part of this new adventure with N2 Sports, please contact your building athletic director.
And Northman here to punt it on 4th and 19, and great punt right there. It'll be dropped right there, and he's going to pick it up. He's going to pick it up, but I don't believe there was a fair call or anything.
Yeah, there's a fair catch called. He called for a fair catch, but
Turned by Marcus Wakefall.
And it looked like after he caught the ball, he
kinda-
kind of stepped and looked like he was about to run with it. So, I mean, you can see where I'd be a little confused.
yeah, I mean, weak right there. He probably could have caught that and continued to run with it, but we'll take it. I mean,
Crispin will start.
And now that, William Crispin doesn't have that timeout, this 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game, this
Crucial.
is going to be crucial, to William Crispin and to Northman, depending on what happens.
they have to try to run or pass, and they are going to try to pass it. OC Nauer looking off to the right, and he shakes off, and he's going to be sacked by Jacob Mustard. Huge play right there. Clock keeps rolling. Right now, I mean, like, Crispin players are slowing back to the line too, so they want to keep on using this clock up, and we'll take it. Looks like Cole Tistammer and Jacob Mustard both combining for that sack, but
Jeffrey Banks, you heard it right there. Jeffrey Banks was also in on that tackle. Crazy.
it's a whole team effort, and we like to, point out one that Coach Zanneman said is that we give, the player whose name may be called to the intercom might be the one who gets the credit for it, but I mean he doesn't make that play without somebody else doing their job and coming up big. So Osenauer in the pocket, he's going to look back for a pass again. He's going to be rushed again. He's going to run towards the sideline, and he doesn't get out of bounds. It's a bad call right there from Osenauer, and the clock's going to keep on going. Why he didn't get out of bounds, I have no idea.
Yeah, it would definitely look like he tried to go out of bounds, but it looks like, the Northman did a great job of keeping him in. And great tackle. Somehow he got him to stay in bounds, and crazy. My heart is beating so fast right now. I am so uncontrollably, excited right now.
2 minutes now left in the game. Well, that's a right again. The pressure again. And Jacob Mustard with the sack. Northman defense coming up huge with the coverage downfield and the defensive line right now. And this is exactly what we wanted to see going into this drive. And I guarantee you right now that the Crispin coaches are, regretting using that timeout as the clock's going to keep on rolling. And it's 4th down. Stop right here. It ends the game. Stop right here.
In 19. All the Northmen have to do is stop the ball and then go into victory formation, and that is game.
Once again, I mean, credit to this Northman defensive line right here. Jacob Mustard, Colton Tistammer. They've all played well. I mean, it's tough to highlight just one person who's, performed well in this game. But looking deep downfield, the pass towards Logan Woolman, and he backs the ball away. Incomplete, stops the clock. But I think it's fair to say that right there, huge job by the Northman defense. Might have just put this game to sleep and gotten the Northmen their first win against William Chrisman in 4 years.
Right there. Game. I'm calling it right here. Game over. Northman with the win. Only 7-0. But that 7, that touchdown, and that PAT has done it for the Northmen. They are in victory formation right now, and that is game.
Yeah, Logan Wellman, like to say, our player of the game so far, getting that interception, that pick 6, that's going to move the Northmen to 2-1 on the season. But like we said, I mean, this game really opens up the Northman schedule, because after this game, they're going to go away to Ruskin, and I believe that we just won this ball game tonight. So be one more snap left in this game, but like we said, I mean, just huge play from the Northmen, defense especially. I mean, they're the reason, Northern defense is the reason why the Northmen are going to come out this game 2-1, and that will do it. Northmen defeat William Chrisman 7-0. Highlights of this game, once again, Logan Woolman coming up big. I mean, this whole defense coming up big. You can't just highlight Logan Woolman, but I mean, whole defensive line, middle linebackers, Colton Tistammer with a couple tackles. Phil Corbin played well on the offensive side. I mean, Blake Bland had a tough time throwing the football, but running the football, he was able to get it done. And then once again, Phil Corbin and Najib Al-Hakim combined to put this game to sleep. And the Northmen will be 2-1 forwarding on the season, going at Ruskin next game.
And, not much else to say, but Gabe, I think that does it for the broadcast. This will be Tyler Wells,
Gabe Todenhausen,
and this will do it for your Northman football broadcast. Northman take the dub against William Chrisman. We will see you next time.
See you at Ruskin next week.